are watching the WSL Post Show here for the Rip Curl Pro Bells Beach, presented by Bonsoy. A beautiful sunset here on Easter Saturday, and a massive day of competition, finishing up the round of 32, finishing up the round of 16, and we've set up some big quarterfinal heats, and we had an incredible Victorian crowd here on hand on the bluffs. They even got to sneak down to the steps on Winkipop on the lower tide this morning as we look at the vacated Bells Bowl. It's been a quiet sight, but a lot of incredible free surfs went down, including Steph Gilmore, who was out there, said she had a blast at the High Tide Rincon. Thanks for being with us. A lot to talk about today. Joe Turpel, Richie Lovett, Vaughn Blakey. Thanks for being with us. Rich, how was your day?
It was long, Joe,
yeah,
but it was really cool. And I'll tell you why, because the men did not disappoint. They produced some amazing performances. The surfing was incredible. You know, small Winkipop, it's rippable. And
surf was far from pumping, but as you say, you know, there's little cupped out sections the goofs could really square up on. We saw Kyle Houshmand put in some great performances today. And then when you did see clean wall, you saw guys like Morgan Siblick.
Yep.
There was many performances that stood out, but, you know, there was some good searing frontside cutties. Griffin Colapinto, of course, in the gold leaders jersey, he put on a show too.
Gosh, and a brilliant performance on dark. That last heat of the day, Rio Waida into the quarterfinals. Rio's going to chat with Laura now.
Yes, guys, Rio, you got down here before the sun rose this morning. You went out for an early surf. You've been down at the beach all day, and you've just made it through the quarterfinals after the sun set. How are you taking this all in right now?
Man, I'm just really grateful to be in Australia. Today was another beautiful day. The sunrise was beautiful and the sunset was beautiful, and it was busy everywhere at parking and everywhere, and just feel that energy and be grateful to be here. And I'm happy, you know, there's an Indonesian here, you know, I'm really happy to have them to can support me, so I'm really grateful to be here and, you know, just really, you know, take that energy and keep working hard and keep moving forward.
Two amazing performances today from you. You're into your first
season, so, and you know, there's a lot, and I'm really grateful to be here.
Oh, well, it's showing, Rio. We can't wait to watch you into finals day. Let's all get home and get some rest, eh?
Thank you. I'm so hungry.
Me too. Back to you guys.
Yeah, starving. Well done. After all that surfing, think about what Rio accomplished today. Not just moving up the rankings in a significant fashion, but getting past a Bells champ at Italo earlier today, getting past Kaio, who's made the final out here. For Kaio and Italo, this is one of their pet events. So he should be really proud and should sleep well tonight heading into finals day.
Yeah, absolutely. And not for a second should that man think that he doesn't belong on the world tour. His surfing is coming in leaps and bounds. You know, he deserves to be here, and you can see the progression. He's starting to believe that himself, and that's translating into the performances he's giving. This wave is tailor-made for him. You know, we may see Rio Waida ring this bell.
Wow, how about that? Big one for Indonesia as they have Rio Waida into the quarterfinals. So many special stories, but one, watching Kelly Slater walk down the staircase at Winkipop, whether it be Bells, you're just filled with memories from him competing here now for 28 times, Bono.
Oh, it's unbelievable. And, you know, we've said it throughout the course of this event, but Kelly Slater, he's just always a draw card. Big crowds down here today. Just swelled like car park, but he had his hands.
It for sure when Kelly just couldn't quite finish off the wave. And, you know, he'll probably be reliving that one in his mind tonight, just thinking if I just kept the nose of the board out, that could have been a completely different scenario and perhaps could be into the quarterfinals now. So, you know, the one good thing is that he can take away from this that his performance has risen in this event. You know, he's getting back into form, and that's, well, danger signs if he continues on the tour. But Barron surfed really well. It was kind of scrappy at the start, and then he found this magical wave here. And some of the best surfing from Barron all day. And, you know, that real front-footed forward style. A little bit of that wider stance. And he got it done on this wave. Rapid-fire manoeuvres all the way and got to the finish.
Got his first win off Kelly in his career as they shook hands. Micro is happy to be in his corner for this one, and Kalani was there standing by, just glowing. Just being here in Australia, happy for that. But yeah, you know Kelly's determination. He wanted to break the record that he shares with Fanning and Mark Richards. This one ending just a little bit too quickly for everyone who's hoping that Kelly would get a chance to ring the bell once again. I know Vaughn's had a lot of great chats with Kelly over so many wonderful years. Earlier, Vaughn caught up with Kelly after that heat.
Kelly Slater, thanks for joining us. Mate, before we get into the heat, 4th decade competing at the elite level. So many famous wins all around the world. 4 of them here, famous ones at Bells. Coming down here, still a magic experience for you?
Yeah, it's been fun. This will, this is likely my last one. If I don't win at Margaret's, this will be my last Bells. So we'll see what the future brings. But I can guarantee I'm going to get very barreled soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll enjoy Margaret's for what it is, and I'm not going to try to push him too much, but it looks like a good box swell to start the contest.
That's what I was going to say, man.
Get some high tide all day,
yeah.
and good direction.
Wow. Down and really patient with his time for just the chat and the interview. Kelly, he's looking differently these days about just walking down the steps and trying to say hi to people that he's known here for, the last 30 years.
There's a vibe of reflection going on with Kelly, no doubt about it. And, maybe this is the last Bells that he's ever going to compete in, but he's certainly soaking it all in. There doesn't seem to be any sort of kind of bitterness or longing to just, I have to win. It's more of reflection and enjoyment and feeling the energy of the fans and the moment. And I just think it's awesome that he's actually committed to going to WA because we get to see him in one more event at least.
Best news. Best news. Kelly's going to WA. We love that. That brings us to the Boost Mobile heat of the day. So many heats to choose from. So this one really standing out today from the round of 32 all the way through the round of 16. Hard to pick, but when you look at the defending Bells champ and Liam O'Brien, the way they pushed each other in this one, Rich, was just insane.
Yeah, it was one surfer was just busy all heat long, just getting a ton of waves. But this man here, he only needed a couple, and geez, he picked the eyes out of it, taking the 2 best rides and going to town on them. Liam, a valiant effort, some great surfing, some radical manoeuvres, really showing good variety on a lot of his waves. You can see, we saw Ethan in the background there just going, oh yeah, I'm checking you out on these little insiders while I take the bigger, better waves out the back. Have a look at this. So Ethan just surfing with all that power, all that speed. Total control is
to go potentially back-to-back as he's in the quarterfinals now.
Yeah, it's it's a really interesting quarterfinal draw, and obviously Ethan Ewing, last year's winner, still in the draw, and now we have a look at some of these matchups.
Dude, checking out the Bailey Ladders bracket for final series set. Siblick, Matthew McGillivray, 2 good friends going head-to-head. Siblick a wild card this time at Bells. Then the Ewing Cole Houshmand matchup is heavy, powerful, goofy foot, all focused on the cut. Griffin Colapinto getting past his brother Cross, all California heat. He's known Jake almost his whole life. And
we're set up perfectly for what could be a final day.
Yeah, looking like some options as well when we look at tomorrow, Easter Sunday. Also some talk about Wednesday, Thursday. Let's dive into a little bit closer with the Surfline forecast showing that we'll see maybe a little bit of a drop tomorrow, but with some potential for a finals day. Richie, what are you thinking?
There's every chance that we could run tomorrow. We've got that swell that we've seen and experienced all day long today. There was great lines and there was very, very contestable waves all day long today. So really the swell size is going to maintain through tomorrow. It's only the period that drops down, and then we have this new swell on hand which starts to pick up through Wednesday, which is really exciting. We're keeping an eye on it. The next few days, Monday, Tuesday, in between that is looking a little bit dodgy and some bad weather, but certainly Wednesday, Thursday, a good possibility if we don't get underway again tomorrow. But we'll be down here bright and early because conditions will be nice.
That's right. Big thanks to Surfline. We've had Hugh around too, one of the lead forecasters from Australia. giving us the insight. So, yeah, we'll be up at dark. Renato Hickel said, hey, we're going to be looking at Winkipop. We're looking at Rincon. We're looking at Bell's Bowl for that potential Finals Day quarter set for the men and women. So we have a lot to look forward to when we think about crowning our champions. Will it be Ethan's story of going back-to-back, or will we have kind of a fresh start with a new winner? You know, we know we're getting that on the women's side.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're all really cool storylines. And, you know, this trophy here, all our quarterfinalists, they'll be starting to think, they'll be starting to just imagine what it would be like to ring that bell, you know. And you really, until you get to the quarterfinals as a competitor, you can't afford to give yourself that luxury of starting to think, I might actually win this thing. So now they can start to manifest that and start to think about it.
Now it's time for the BioGland Daily Dose as we focus on the top 5 moments of the day. And a great list because we had so many great moments. This man from Newcastle, former number 5 in the world, fell off tour, and he showed the world that he's ready to be right back in it on the top 34.
Oh, geez, he's surfing good. He's back. Morgs is back after a little hiatus there, and he's been putting in the hard work, and he's got a good little posse down here with all his mates. Traveling with his Aussie brethren, and well, the performances like that, that's what we saw in that breakout year from Morgan, and he's got nothing to lose in this event.
And number 4 on the list, Kade makes his first quarterfinal.
Yep, yeah, the big fella's at it, and he's having a wonderful roll throughout this event. So stoked to see him just find some opportunities to really bring that power game to the fore. He was spectacular today.
Did so well. Member had John Florence, and John's won this event. He's so powerful, Vaughn. Man, that's a huge win. Maybe the biggest of his career.
Oh, easily the biggest of his career. And, you know, John looked on too. He looked so sharp. I thought, wow, he's just throwing air revs at will.
And then also Kade getting past Iago Dorovan as well. He was on a hot streak.
I was down on the rocks for this heat, and Iago really did throw everything at Kade here. But, again, it was wave selection. He just got the big ones that mattered. He found a good tempo with this wave, and Winky and him, he feels at home out here. He just feels like there's a bit of a Californian feel to these waves, and right on dusk in the shade of the cliffs, he gets the big pat on the back from the 2%.
Making number 3, Ethan Ewing, excellence.
Yeah, well, it's just a completely polished display from Ethan Ewing, pretty much picking up where he left off last year. And this is the type of performance that we've come to expect from him. You know, he's matured in the way he competes, and his surfing just keeps getting better and better. The power, he keeps tapping into it, and then he puts this radical edge on top of it, and it's a pleasure to watch.
So easy to watch him surf. It's like squeezing honey in your eyes. I think that's the saying.
That'll do.
That'll do. Number 2, Cole Houshmand, still causing major upsets throughout the day today, Vaughn.
This was a massive heat, wasn't it? Again, I was down on the rocks, and it's a really different experience watching it live. You know, Medina and Cole, there was not a whole lot of size difference in these sets. So, you know, I know that there was some argument that waves were slightly bigger or smaller, but when you were down there, the biggest wave and the smallest wave, there was not that much difference between them. And Cole was bashing it, mate. He really did get upside down and throw plenty of spray. And yeah, we saw Medina's reaction, but Cole.
And taking the win, number 1 was that brother battle, and this was one of the best parts of it. How entertaining was that start, Vaughn?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, sadly, that was probably the most entertaining bit, other than this one wave that Griffin got, where he really got to, you know, I guess throw a little bit of brotherly flex. We call that like a crow peck in our family. Just, you know, making cross. But he never really got the opportunity to showcase what he's made of. And unfortunately, this heat was wave starved. So, you know, it was the composure of the world number 1 that got the job done.
Yep. You tell when they're on the rocks, they're on the bluff, and Laura's interviewing him, and they're still just like, it's not over yet. They just were like, still like, let us back out there, give us another hour. I mean, I can't wait to see them in pumping conditions to go head to head. And you could really pick any venue on the calendar where it would be an incredible show.
Yeah, absolutely. They're both so capable in any sort of conditions. And I mean, this is going to be the first of many matchups that the Kohler brothers are going to have, and can't wait for the next one.
Can we start picking a winner? Are we there yet, Vaughn? Is there anyone standing out, men or women? Is there one take for you?
Yeah, well, it's, in the men's, it's Ethan Ewing all day long. His heat, I was watching it from the cliffs, and he honestly looked 2 foot bigger and wider than every other surfer today.
Well, that's what we saw all day today. Richie, are you going to agree or disagree with Vondo there?
No, absolutely, I'm going to agree with him, and I feel like the experience of both Ethan and Griffin are going to be hard to kind of, you know, get up over. I think those guys could potentially meet in the final as well, so that's setting up well, but just something inside me, having been an underdog, kind of wants to see an underdog victory this time around.
Yeah, and all the past champions on the women's side are all out of the draw, which is kind of fresh. We're going to have a new champion this year from some powerful surfers. There's the Gabby Bryant. They call her Caralupo for good reason, Rich.
They do.
There we go. Make your picks around the world and be checking in with us early in the morning, 7:45 local time on Easter Sunday here in Australia for a quick start for potentially finals day and crowning our champions. We'll leave you with some highlights, and we'll see you bright and early. Take care.
Blinding lights, is it what you want? Is it what you need? Does it set your spirit free? Can you feel the rush of new world to see? This is where we're meant to be. Is it what you want? Is it what you want? Is it what you want? Is it what you need? Does it set your spirit free? Let it go, flying high, like balloons float into the sky. No more tears, let them dry. Oh, the world is passing us by, 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 passing us by. Is it what you want? Is it what you need? Does it set your spirit free? Can you feel the rush of new world to see? This is where we're meant to be. Is it what you want? Is it what you want? Is it what you want? Is it what you need? Does it set your spirit free?
The World Surf League.